y'all, it's Heather, and I'm so excited because I have the new 'Tis the Season holiday collection from Cosmic Beauty. Let's start with the star of the show. This is the 'Tis the Season palette. I love Cosmic Beauty and their formulas. They put together such a beautiful, unexpected color story with this one. I love that there's a row of neutrals, so we can do neutral looks if you want to. There's a row of green, a row of like berry reds, and then we have purple, which is beautiful and unexpected, but also super glam. Cosmic Beauty is launching 2 new blushes. These are described as blush butters, and I would say they're very balm-like. They're very creamy. They don't feel sticky, but I definitely do feel like I need to set them down on my cheeks, which isn't a problem for me. I have oily skin, so I usually go over all of my creams with a powder product anyways. I have to say though, I love these shades, Nutmeg being my favorite. I think it's so beautiful, and it's actually like unique to my collection. I have a ton of makeup, but I think this color is really beautiful and really special. I also really like that I could put these on and I could sheer them out if I wanted to, or I could build them up. So I think no matter your skin tone, you're going to be able to make these blushes work. We also have 2 Velvet Matte lipsticks as a part of this collection. I like that we have a true like holiday red, and then we also have this beautiful like orangey warm brown color that I'm wearing. This is a first impression, so I'll be able to give you some thoughts at the end of the video after I've worn these for a few hours, but as of right now, these are very comfortable on lips. They felt very smooth, they felt very creamy, not having any issues with them settling weird into lines. Just a very, very comfortable formula. The collection comes in this cute holiday bag. I think this is very giftable to have all the collection in the bag. I think that's adorable. I do have an affiliated code with Cosmic Beauty. It is Heather. If you're ever shopping their site, that will give you a discount. This collection is launching on November 29th. I will put the date, the times, my code, everything in the description box. This is a UK-based, independently owned brand. I love supporting independently owned brands here. I did the conversion, and I believe the full collection works out to be around $55 US depending on the conversion rate. Before we jump into the tutorial, I do want to show you some comparisons of this palette to other Cosmic Beauty palettes. For holiday last year, Cosmic Beauty did something completely different. I want to show you this palette next to last year so that you can see their different vibes. Last year's palette theme was a complete winter wonderland theme. Icy blues, icy purples. Nothing similar about these palettes aside from the layout and the really beautiful formulas. I'm going to show you this palette next to Gothic. This is a smaller palette from the brand, and it does have some purple shades. Looking at these two side by side, you can see the purple tones are not exactly the same, although there are some shades that are reminiscent of one another. This shade up here is definitely more pinky than these. We also have that more like pinky red wine than we do in like this and this, whereas these have that little bit of different tone to them. So I wanted to show you these side by side in case you were wondering if this kind of purple and like raspberry red row were going to be too similar to things in Gothic. I thought maybe I would show you these side by side. I do have videos on all of Cosmic Beauty's palettes, so I will definitely link those in the cards for you. But the other palette I wanted to show next to is Muse. So Muse is very different, but the reason I thought maybe this would be helpful is because we do have kind of some green purples here. We have a much more like muted, almost grungy, somber leaning color story as opposed to what we have going on with 'Tis the Season for holiday this year. Not any repeating shades, nothing repetitive, but I did think about the purples and the greens, and I want my videos to be as helpful to you as possible. I want you to be able to see the comparisons you want. I want you to see the swatches, the looks. I try to share my thoughts with you, so hopefully seeing those comparisons was helpful. I'm going to zoom you in nice and close and grab my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to prime my eyes with my Melt Eye Primer. I'm still in the process of testing and reviewing this one, so we're going to use this, and we are going to have some fun with our palette. Like, I'm very excited about this. If you want a neutral eye look, Cosmic Beauty laid this out so well. You just stick. You've got 5 shades. Stick to this row right here. You're going to go to beautiful neutral eye look. I love that they gave us those warm tone options, but I want to play with some color. I really like that they gave us red, but not like true red. It's almost more of a berry toned red, like raspberry type reds, because it's going to work so well with these purpley shades. I'm thinking I want to play with the greens and the reds. I don't normally mix greens and reds, but I feel like in the spirit of the season, let's just go for it. But if you're looking at this palette and you're like, what do I do? Just stick to each row and you're gonna have a green look, a neutral look, a purple look, a red berry type of look. Like you can just stick with those shades and you will have a beautiful look. Or you can go by the quads like this, break it down into quads and stick with those shades. But we are gonna start after I put down my eyeshadow primer. I think we just need to go into this lime green right here called Mistletoe and this dark green called Holly. We are going to start with Mistletoe and I'm going to press this beautiful green on first. I don't want to bring it in too far. I really want to keep it in this area right out here. So like outer half of my lid, up, down, out, around. I don't want to bring it in here. I want to leave that empty for now. I really want to buff this shade up and out. I'm not super concerned with right in here. I want this to be like blending for the outer corner, so I'm just gonna keep lightly buffing. I'm pressing this green shade called Holly on my lid. That is giving me exactly what I want it to give me. I am having just a little bit of eczema and irritated skin on my lids, so if you see a little bit of texture, it's not the shadow, it is my eyes. I just like to let you know that. It's time to pull in the red, and I want to go in with our multi-chrome called Cranberries. I just want to put that multi-chrome all across my lid. I want to bring it kind of up and out to meet the green. I'm going to go back with that brush I started with and just make sure I don't have any harsh lines right in here. We're going to use the brown shade Hot Chocolate for the lower lash line. I want to add in brown just to kind of like ground the look a little bit. Green would also be beautiful, really any of these shades, but I just want to add a touch of that neutral. I'm going to use a tiny touch of the shade Celebrate. This is going to be perfect for the inner corner. So I'm just going to tap a tiny dot of that, liner and a lash, and I'll come back. We'll talk about this collection. I'm really loving the way the red and the green look came together. I think it's so holiday, it's so fun, but I think this color story can be used year round. Of course, wear your makeup when you want to. The seasons, the holidays don't tell you what to do with your makeup, but I think the mix of colors they chose really is going to be beautiful for every single season, and I like this unexpected twist on a holiday palette. I'm into it. The shadows are beautiful. They perform exactly like I expect from Cosmic brushes. Now it will take me time to review the blushes and the lipsticks, and of course I'm going to play with the palette more before I follow up with like a review in a future video, but I'm so feeling my look. I did also get in the mystery box. Let me know, do you want a video on this? This just showed up for me today. It was stuck in customs for several days, so I'm a little behind getting this one, but let me know if you want to see a video. And if you are interested in this brand, check out some of my other videos because I have tons of cosmic beauty videos here on my channel. I absolutely love them. I love reviewing indie brands. I love reviewing new makeup, so stick around. Let's talk makeup together.